Hi, and hello to the ramblings of an old woman. My name is Donna. I'm 50, and I wanted to talk to you about some thoughts I've been having, really. So, I've been a Christian and, went to church as a child and things like that, and I've been an atheist. I recently read somewhere that we found human bones of Homo sapiens, not Neanderthals or some other form of human, that were 330,000 years old, which is insane. But the oldest written text we have from anywhere is something like maybe 6,000 years old from Sumeria. And it makes me question, and in those writings they talk about the Noah's Ark or something very similar, the Great Flood. Talks about lots of different things, really, and that coincides with the Bible having two creation stories in Genesis that don't really match up. And so that's made me question whether religious texts are more a holding of some ancient history, some ancient understanding of where we come from, or some part in our history anyway. But it, like nursery rhymes, like Ring a Ring of Roses about the Black Death or the plague, you would never guess that by listening to the nursery rhyme. And I think it's a similar thing with the religious texts. We're too far removed from when they were written to really understand what it is that they're trying to tell us. And that, amongst some other experiences and things, leads me to believe that human beings are part of the ecosystem of this planet. That perhaps in one form or another we have always been here. That civilizations have risen up and crumbled to dust over and over again. That perhaps the pyramids, are the last surviving sort of artifacts. The temples in the Amazonian forest or South America. That maybe there were things perhaps even more miraculous, more astounding than those things, possibly. And so, I'm moving towards the conclusion that Earth is our creator, is our mother. And I also think that because I think there's an imbalance. There's sort of if you put something salty, a salty liquid on one side and pure water on the other, and you put a semi-permeable membrane in between the two, then those liquids will mix until the salt is equally distributed, until there is equilibrium. And it feels to me as though the energy that has been predominant on the earth is very, very masculine, and that doesn't lead us to a good place. I think we need equilibrium. There's a lot of women are powerful. We give life. We with men, obviously. It's sort of a lock and key. And I don't exclude any other gender or sexuality from that equation. I think we're all part of the equation, all of us. A bit like a piano, where certain keys create a beautiful chord. I think every human voice, every human thought, every human action is supposed to be here. I don't know to what end, but I think it can be a lot more harmonious than it has been and than it is. And I know there are exceptions to that rule. I'm not naive. I understand that, you know, there are human beings on the planet that don't feel that way, that have different ideas, that are maybe predatory in different ways. But I also think that we've been traumatizing ourselves over and over again with sort of having, for example, the Black Lives Matter movement, the inequalities between people of colour and people not of colour, black and white people. There's an imbalance and it needs to be rectified. And these are just thoughts that I wanted to share. I am not anybody important. I'm just another human being on the planet. But I thought it was important to add my voice to all the other voices. Okay, thank you. Bye.